What is up, Steeler Nation? We are back for everyone's favorite Steeler show, the Chris Wormley and Friends show. Oh, and it's a special day. Not only are we talking with number 95 himself, it is his birthday. Mike, how are you? Are you ready to break down some Steelers football?
I'm ready to break down some Steelers football and celebrate a birthday. My birthday is a week from today as well, so I'm in the birthday mood already. Even though as you get older, I'm sure Chris will say you almost start like forgetting your birthday. I had to be reminded by my girlfriend the other day that my birthday was rapidly approaching, and she's like, "What do you want?" I think I said like Taco Bell or something like that because I'm pretty easy to please. Yeah. So some food really, and she's planning something elaborate, and I'm kind of just like some Taco Bell and let me watch the Steelers.
All right, this is the Steelers Crazy Sick Podcast in tangent with Yinzer Crazy, the Chris Wormley and Friends show. Sammy, roll it and let's get to it.
It was Wormley who got to him first. He's having a big day.
The man, the myth, the legend, number 95, Big Worm. How are you?
What's up, fellas? I'm good, man. Appreciate the birthday wishes. Mike, listen, if all I got was Taco Bell for my birthday, I'd be a happy man too. So
see,
that's a top tier birthday present right there for sure.
I didn't know you were on the Taco Bell train. It's a very polarizing fast food.
I mean, that's like right after the season, that's what I go for is Taco Bell. It might be a guilty pleasure, or people are like, oh my gosh, you eat Taco Bell and it's grade D beef or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. But I will go and spend $40 at Taco Bell and regret it the second after I'm finished eating it. But when I'm eating it is delicious.
You said it. We don't need to go any further than that.
All right, something that might not be as good as Taco Bell, the primetime loss to the Dolphins. Just tell us the biggest reason, kind of what went down. The second half, I mean, you guys shut them down and really stepped up, but the offense couldn't prevail. Just talk about the whole game and the ups and downs of it.
Yeah, I mean, we both, we scored 10 points in the first half. They scored 16 points in the first half, and you're thinking, okay, we made these second half adjustments on the defensive side of the ball, and we shut them down. But when you look at it, we didn't get a sack, which usually when we don't get a sack in a game, we usually lose a game. And that's been the case the last 3 times at least this year that we haven't gotten a sack. We got some pressure and stuff, but getting sacks, especially on a guy like Tua, is really can affect his game and really can affect the way that they move down the field. And then also we dropped, I think, maybe 4 picks, and I think that really they allowed them to score. I think they had a couple field goals off of that. At least I know they had one field goal right before halftime in that 2-minute drill they ran. If we would have picked it off, they wouldn't have gotten those 3 points. And look, we got to catch those balls, and I know that the guys in the back end are punching themselves, and they're going to look to right those wrongs this week in practice and really focus on catching the ball. And on the offensive side of the ball, we didn't score enough points. And it's a team game, and when both sides make crucial errors, that's usually what happens is a loss.
I got to jump in real quick, Jordan. I was at the game. I had the all-22 look from where I was at. I think it's the third quarter, Worm, and I hope no refs are watching. Did you get held? There was a play where you shot up the gut. I thought you were right there for the sack. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I was held. I'll say that. We could say that. But it's football. Most linemen hold on every play, and unless it's like super egregious or something that they're going to be looking at with the focus on, it's not going to get called. And there was a few plays there where we thought that we could have got a holding call, but we're not gonna look back at shoulda, woulda, couldas on some holding calls as to why we lost the game. And on the D line, we got to get better at getting pressure and sacking the quarterback.
Yeah, Jordan.
The Dolphins got off to a fast start, and I was like, man, they're going to put up like 41. And then you guys were able to just, completely shut them down and kind of just talk about that. Was it like you just figured it out, like is time, or was it just what adjustments did you make to get that result for the rest of the game? Because you guys really did the second half. You guys played unbelievable.
Yeah, there was that first drive, especially when they went and scored right away. They run a lot of RPO, which stands for run pass option plays, and when you're effective at that, it can really mess up a defense. And we're thinking they're going to run the ball, so their linebackers step up to their gaps, and then they throw over top of them for big gains. But we really, after those first two drives, we really kind of figured out what they were doing, made some really good second half adjustments. The coaches did, and kind of got back to playing the way that we know how to play, and got back to our base defenses. And like you saw in the second half, they didn't score a point. And I thought that was probably, I would say, between the Tampa Bay game and this game was probably our best defensively sounded football game. Minus a few things here and there, but I thought that we played really hard, especially in that second half, and really put us in a chance to win the game.
Most definitely. Mike?
I think your defensive mate, Miles Jack, said something really interesting post-game. Remember listening to some of the pressers naturally and being on Twitter, of course, seeing some of the comments. And Miles said literally right after this game, which it was heartbreaking. It was tough for you guys, I'm sure. And in the locker room, he's chippy, and he said, I feel good. He was like, I feel good. We're ready to turn this around. I see that it looks like we got these signs. We're going to turn this around. Tell me about that mindset and how quickly you guys, kind of in this 24-hour time zone, are able to really kind of flip those emotions.
Yeah, I think that's the beautiful thing about football. Until the last game of the season, there's always going to be a next game. There's always going to be a next opportunity to prove that you're the defense that you think you are, to prove that you belong in a certain tier or level in the NFL. Obviously, we're 2-5, but I think our best ball is ahead of us. And especially these last 2 weeks on defense, we've really been clicking and been able to really stifle offenses that have been really high powered. You look 2 weeks ago, you stop a guy like Tom Brady, and in the second half, you stop an offense with Tua and Waddle and Hill. But if you don't get a win, it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't matter how well you play on defense. So we're looking to put those performances with wins as well.
Doesn't get any easier, and that's the nature of the beast in this league, of course. You guys are heading to the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday with an opportunity to play spoiler again, much like you did against the Bucs. Certainly a game that a lot of people are going to be tuning into, the cross-state rivalry, if you will. Chris, we're always happy to talk to you because we know that you're already watching tape on these guys, prior to jumping on with us. You were a bookworm, if you will. As I was thinking about this question, I realized I couldn't put tapeworm.
No, please don't do that.
I had to throw that. You watch tape. You're a bookworm.
Yes. We'll leave it at that.
No one wants tapeworm.
Anyways, give us your initial read on Philadelphia.
Yeah, this is essentially for the state championship, right? This is Penn State versus Pitt. This is, I don't know, North Allegheny versus some team in Philadelphia. It's there's a lot of bragging rights, I guess you could say, when you play, the cross-state rival in the Philadelphia Eagles. Their fan base is insane in a good way, and I'm excited to be able to play in a venue like that. But yeah, they're the best team in the NFL right now. They're undefeated. And it's not that they're the best team because they're blowing teams out. They're in a lot of close games, and I think they've come behind in a couple games, but they find ways to win. They find ways to seal the game when they're up and the other team has the ball and they have to make a stop. Their defense plays really great ball. They're lights out, led by my Michigan man Brandon Graham. But when you look on the offensive side of the ball, they have maybe one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Guys like Lane Johnson, that big left tackle, and Kelsey in the middle make up a fierce, aggressive, physical offensive line. And then when you look at the weapons that they have, not only with Jalen Hurts, but who he passes to, it's pretty dangerous with guys like AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and that other super fast guy that is going to be a handful. So looking at tape, they're a great team. But I think, like I said, the way our defense has been playing the last 2 weeks, I think we're up for the challenge and excited for the challenge to get a win this week.
Yeah, you're celebrating a birthday. I'm not sure if Jason Kelsey celebrated a birthday anytime soon, but he might be turning 75 years old at this point. I said it, not you. I think the word multiple comes to mind when I think about the Eagles. You already talked RPO against the Dolphins. You think of Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, their ability to be multiple on offense. Are you able to kind of take some things schematically from that Dolphins game and apply them to that duo as well?
Yeah, when you got, Tua, who was somewhat of a mobile quarterback, Jalen Hurts, who definitely is a mobile quarterback, and then the weapons that they both had in the backfield and receiver-wise, you definitely could take some things. I think we're going to have to look at the film really hard as far as game planning with the RPO that hurt us those first 2 or 3 drives last week. And apply and implement something that's really going to be able to stop that and allow us to play really sound football from the jump and not think about or make adjustments, 3 series in.
You guys played the Eagles in the preseason last year. I was researching this game, and the first article that came up, it's Yahoo Sports. You can check it out after this if you want. Maybe we'll throw it on, I don't know, Twitter or something. And the headline picture is you staring down Jalen Hurts. Not kidding. First picture that came up in the article. You guys won that game. Obviously, Hurts wasn't in for all that long. It's preseason. But what can you take from that experience, if anything?
Maybe just being in that environment.
Yeah.
I remember the fans were, just because it was a preseason game, the fans were pretty rowdy and into it, which was always fun to see. But it's a new year. It's, over, a season and a half of ball, later. Preseason, Hurts wasn't in much. Their offensive line wasn't in a whole lot. So when you look at what they had, maybe schematically you can take some things. But I know that they've implemented some new things as well on the offensive side of the ball, especially with their head coach. I think it's his second year now too. So I know he's a little more comfortable, in that system and calling the plays and being confident with that. And it's going to take, probably our best defensive effort to win that game. Multiple turnovers, got to get to the quarterback and affect him not only in sacks but pressures and hits and hurries, and really play a really sound, fundamental, fast, physical football team or football game on the defensive side of the ball.
So loose translation, you take nothing from the preseason game. Fair enough. And shout out Nick Sirianni real quick. I got to do it. Former IUP, Indiana University of Pennsylvania coach, my alma mater. I got to shout him out when I can, Jordan. Good dude. Obviously, it'll be fun to face him on that Eagles side. All right, another good transition. You talked about the environment, which is perfect because we're going to sneak into Worm Association. I'm going to do something a little different this time, so we'll roll it. All right, I feel like we're running out of worms, if you will, for Worm Association. So I know last year we switched it up once and did a little trivia. So today I thought I wanted to do a little true or false on the city of Philadelphia, one of the most historical cities, of course, in the world, if you will.
The city of brotherly love.
The city of brotherly love. Maybe not
Is
this Sunday.
this going to be true or false, like actual facts that I have to
Yep,
be
you're only
factual
going to say
about?
You're only going to say true or false.
Or is it true or false in like my opinion on the city of Philadelphia?
No, you're just going to say true or false, and they're all just kind of random facts about Philadelphia that I have come up with or altered. And here's another kicker. Jordan's going to play too.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Because he doesn't know what I'm hitting.
Tell me
with
this.
here either.
I've been to Philly like once.
Well, it's okay because these are not something I would expect anybody to know off the back of their hand. But we'll rotate, okay? But obviously, I'll give you guys the answer, and hopefully, we can have some disagreements, if you will. All right, so I'll start with my first one: true or false, and we'll start with Worm. Just give me you can contemplate it, brainstorm. Give me a one-word answer. Philadelphia is home to America's first zoo.
False.
Jordan?
False.
Oh man, can we put a in here, Sammy and
Oh.
Anella? Can we put a? You guys are both wrong on that one. It is home to America's first zoo. Interestingly enough, 1859.
Oh, I wasn't.
Philadelphia. I think some of the turtles are probably still alive.
Neither was Jordan. So
Yeah.
Jason Kelsey, maybe.
Wow.
Sorry. Okay. Wow. Not a good start. You guys are 0 for 1. All right. So this one, hopefully you we'll let Worm go first. I think Jordan probably knows the answer. In 1943, this is cool. It's a good history lesson here. There was
wasn't alive in 43.
temporary merger in the NFL. You probably know where I'm going with this.
I might know this. Yeah.
And the Steelers and Eagles joined together to form the Steagles.
what?
Worm, this had to be in your handbook when you became a Steeler. You didn't read it?
I'm gonna say true just because it sounds ridiculous.
Jordan knows. He'll hit you.
It's true. Yeah.
It is true. Ding, 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 ding. I think
but was
without
that-
the way we set it up, you would have said false.
Yeah. Not a
Go
lot
ahead,
of
Jordan.
people know that. A lot of the reason why I know that is because of Madden, because you would flick back and they would have these jerseys and it was like AFL Steagles. And I'm like, who are they? And then you end up. Yeah. And I actually have a picture in my man cave of all the jerseys, and that's one of them.
Oof.
The Steagles.
See?
Kind of
The
cool.
Steagles.
You can hit somebody with that. Yeah, kind of cool. It's honestly a part of the reason why sometimes people talk about the rivalry, and then we'll say both teams helped each other out a little bit. All right. Anyway, 1 for 1. All right. Cheesesteaks in Philadelphia were originally made without cheese. Jordan, I'll start with you. True or false?
When was cheese invented? What year?
I don't know. Probably 1547.
I'm gonna go false.
Chris?
True.
Yeah, you got it. We got a 1 point for Worm and none for Jordan. It's 2-1 Worm over here. The first known recipe, I want to get this right. Pat and Harry Oliveri was without cheese and was later added on by a manager. I don't know if it was called a cheesesteak, but
even though I got that right, like pretty goofy.
Really goofy. Yeah, really goofy.
I went to
came up with some good
Geno's.
questions.
I went to Geno's when I was there, and they were like, "You want cheese whiz on it?" And they just the whole. You can't even see the steak. There's so much cheese that goes across it.
It's delicious. All right, we got a 2-1 Worm lead. I'll start with Jordan on this one then to put the pressure on. All right. Philadelphia hosted the first Christmas Day parade.
False. I'm gonna say that's New York City.
I'm gonna say false, and even if it's true, like I still win because we both said false.
Yeah, wow, playing the strategy there. I got to go to you for the last couple. I messed that up actually. Now that I realize, you guys both said false.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. They hosted the first Thanksgiving Day parade,
Okay.
not the first Christmas Day.
Do
Parade.
they still do the Macy's Day Parade?
Yes, definitely do. It's in New York though.
Yeah. I don't know.
right,
I
anyway,
was getting
we-
all my
we-
parades confused. Sorry.
We got a 3-2 Worm lead. I'm going to start with Worm for the last couple. Philadelphia, home. I know we already talked food. Home of the first corn dog in Philadelphia, Worm. True or false?
I'm gonna say false. I feel like that's like a New York thing.
Yeah.
Like Coney
Island.
Island.
Bing
Jordan, do you
bong.
play strategically or do you play? Do you try and get the answer?
I mean, I hate agreeing with Worm, but I mean, I'm agreeing with him here. That
was a
seems
smart
like
move.
that seems like a Coney Island
You kept it within one. It was not New York. It was Oregon.
Who would have thought? They don't know what a corn dog is.
Philadelphia is home to the first soft pretzel. Soft pretzel originated in Philadelphia.
Are these
There's another
Are you getting
fun
out
fact.
of one of these bathroom books that like someone puts on the back of their
He keeps
toilet?
looking off to the side. He keeps looking
No,
off to the
it's-
side like he knows
It's,
something.
I know. I had to write them
I
down.
didn't even
can't have
know
these
about
off the
this.
back of
You
my
just
hand over
sprung
here.
this on me.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's called a little thing called Google. All right, I got a couple more, and then we'll round this out because we're running short on time already. Philadelphia is said to be the most haunted city in the world, the highest density of haunted houses. Worm, we'll go to you.
There's a lot of people in Philly. It's a big old city. True.
Jordan?
I'm gonna say false.
One of you got it right.
I think I mean, PA is a pretty haunted place. I just don't know much about Philadelphia, so I'm still going with false.
It's good because it's his birthday. That seals the win for Worm officially.
Unbelievable.
That
I gotta
is
walk home now.
True. It is a fact.
Yes.
And I'll throw the last one at you really quickly. And Jordan, maybe you could answer this one. Chris Wormley will sack Jalen Hurts on Sunday.
Not once, but twice.
Nice. All right, good round. JY, go ahead. Close this out, man.
All right. So I'm gonna actually we have one thing saved for the end, but the Michigan State, Michigan. I just wanted to ask you one thing. What does that rivalry compare to in an Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State? Is that I mean, it's you guys are playing the Eagles. It's I don't know how far Michigan State is from Michigan, but just kind of, tell me about that rivalry because I'm definitely going to watch it.
Yeah, it's like I talked about with us and the Eagles. It's an in-state rivalry. It's a championship. They play, or not championship, but they play for the Paul Bunyan Trophy every year. It's bragging rights of the state. Most guys, especially if you're from Michigan, you either go to Michigan or Michigan State.
Get recruited by.
So a lot of guys get recruited by those two schools. A lot of guys know a lot of guys on that team. So there's a lot that goes into it. I would say it goes Ohio State, Michigan State, and then Michigan, Penn State as far as rivalries. But this one's just as big. It means
the
a lot.
Records don't matter.
Yeah,
it's like Pitt, Penn
State.
Don't
matter. Michigan lost to them last year in a close game, so I know those boys are looking to get a dub and continue to be undefeated and a top team in the country. And this is another step in the right direction if they can get a win. And I know it's going to be a very hostile environment, very chippy, very aggression, anger-filled type of game, and I love to see it, and I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, when you were a part of that, did you win that game when you played in it?
I won 2 out of 5.
Okay.
There was I was a part of the game where our punter fumbled it, and they tried picking it up and kicking it, and they scored. I was on the field as a shield protector guy, and that was one of the saddest.
I'll never forget that.
One of the saddest sports moments of my life.
Yeah, I'm sorry to bring that up. Well, we do have something to leave you on, Sammy, that's going to make you a little bit more happy because it is Big Worm's Day. He's not running for president just yet, but it is his birthday. So, Sammy, go ahead and play the thing. Happy birthday, Worm. We just want to thank
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear Worm.
Bookworm. Happy birthday to you. Woo! All right.
I thought Frank Sinatra was going to come out with that. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Thanks, boys.
You got a crooner voice.
So this whole, what we learned, it's your birthday, you're sacking Jalen Hurts on Sunday, and you beat me in whatever game we just played. So congratulations. You know more about Philadelphia than me.
I don't know if I know more about Pittsburgh, but we can maybe do a Pittsburgh one.
Yeah. Well, like I said, in the off season, we'll go to a Mud Hens game.
Hell yeah.
Mike will come up, and you're the mayor of Toledo, so you just show me the way.
I'll show you a good time in Toledo, boys. Absolutely.
All right. Hey, we appreciate you having every week. Go and do your thing. Shock the world. I just tweeted that you guys are going to win, and I believe in it because, hey, man, I never lose the faith. So
go ahead, get out there, Chris.
Yeah. Thanks, fellas.
Go eat some cake.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. Good episode, man. Good times all around. Appreciate it. Make sure
it's just really
check that bottom.
Chris is just such a good dude, man, on and off the field. Honestly, just check out everything that he's doing off the field and everything right there where Mike is. It's bigger than football sometimes.
What'd you miss on that? You thought Philadelphia didn't have the most haunted houses, huh? It's a tough one to swallow.
I don't know. I don't know much about Philadelphia. I was on tour there. I did a thing and we stopped and literally got cheesecake, did the show, and then hopped back in the bus and we were
cheesecake.
Yeah, no, cheesecake. I wish it was cheese.
Sound good.
Cheesecake.
You got birthday cake on your mouth.
Yeah, Worm. Yeah, happy birthday, Big Worm.
I just realized that next Tuesday will be my birthday and we'll be doing the show. So
Yep, and I'll have a
we'll have maybe we could run the same birthday theme song we just did.
Yeah, we could.
Good stuff.
I might have to give Anello and Sammy a picture from like our Nicastro construction days.
I
Memorial
love that
Park.
idea. You could just Photoshop your kid in there.
Yeah. She might make an appearance on Thursday, wrapped in a terrible towel. You never know.
That would be way too soon. Wait, she's supposed to be born on Thursday for any viewers watching this. She cannot come on camera her first day. So we'll maybe give her a couple weeks till she's ready, and then she'll be breaking down the Steelers and interviewing. She's camera shy and interviewing Worm.
Brooke Pryor Jr. All right. Well, Sammy, Anello, play that thing, and we will see you Thursday. Here we go, Steelers, the Chris Wormley and Friends show. Steelers crazy, Yinzer crazy, a sick production. We'll see you soon. Go Steelers. And just so you know, we bleed black and gold, and it's the Sick Podcast. Follow us below. The Chris Wormley and Friends show. Until next time.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Steelers Crazy on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.